Hi, this is Billy from Viral Flash Games, and in this video I'm going to show you how to very quickly and easily use the Viral Flash Games, how to rebrand them, pull your own logos and your own links in, and how to set up the viral embed code so that you can have your games on other people's websites promoting your site and your brand for you. So let's get started. Three things you're going to need before you can start rebranding the games. First of all, you're going to need your logo. Ideally this wants to be a PNG file with a transparent background, but if you've only got a JPEG or a GIF or something like that, that's absolutely fine as well. You can play around and find what works best for your logo. Different shapes and colours of logos will do differently, do better or worse on different coloured games. And it wants to be around about the 120 by 120 square pixels. Again, if it's a slightly different shape or a different size, then you may just need to tweak the positioning in the game a little bit more. And the next thing you're going to need is a copy of the Flash software. Now it doesn't need to be a modern version, it doesn't need to be CS4, which we're currently on, or CS5, which is coming out shortly. In fact, an old version like version 8 will be just as good. If you don't have access to Flash, if you don't have it installed on your computer at the moment, then you can get a 30-day free trial of the latest version, which is currently CS4, from the Adobe website, and there's a link to that download page in the PDF manual that came with the Viral Flash Games package. And finally, you're going to need to know the URL or the folder on your web server where you're going to be hosting your game files. Perhaps that needs a little bit more explanation. Once you've created your games, you're going to upload them to your web server and embed them into your website. If you also want other people, your visitors, to be able to take these games and embed them on their sites and on their blogs, so you can take full advantage of the viral embed system and have them promoting your site for you, you'll need to know exactly the folder where you're going to be uploading these game files. So for example, that will be on yourdomain.com/games, for example. That'll hopefully make more sense in a moment. Let's power up Flash and make a start. Okay, so you can see I'm into the Flash software. This is Flash Professional CS3, and I've loaded the Simon game in. Most of the games are built around a similar structure. This game starts with the preloader scene, it then goes into an intro scene, and finally the game scene. And you'll see on each section of the game, on each scene, we've got this Viral Flash Games logo, which of course we're going to change to your logo in a minute. And in each instance, this logo is actually a button. You'll see down here it says button. If a user clicks on that logo at any time, they'll be taken to your website. So that's what we need to do now, is to brand it with your link and with your logo. So let's start by pulling the logo in to start with. You can see on the right hand side there I've got the library open. Now if the library's not open on your version, you can go to the window menu and just tick library here, it'll open it up for you, and inside there you'll find a bunch of assets. We've got graphics and audio and all sorts of things, but one thing should stand out. It says VFG_logo, so Viral Flash Games logo. It's a graphic which you can see from this icon here, and if I single click on it, you'll see that is exactly what we're trying to edit. It's popped up in this preview pane, so I'm going to double click on here to open it up in the main scene window on the stage. And you'll see that actually it's two graphics. It's the Viral Flash Games text, and it's got this viral logo in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the Viral Flash Games text, and I'm going to import my logo which I've created. Let's just go import to stage, select my PNG file, here it is, and I'm going to position that where I want it, exactly the same position as the old logo was. In fact, I can either leave it like this, or I can delete that as well. Let's just have the text. So if I go back to the main scene, you see I've got my logo here on the intro scene and on the game scene. And in fact, it might just need a little bit of positional tweaking. Let's just move that left a tiny bit. Obviously, depending on the exact size and shape of the logo that you pull in, you might want to just tweak it or resize it. But that's as simple as it gets, really. It really is that easy just to change your logo over. So although the logo's changed, we still need to update the link, and that's even easier. If we go to scene 1, the preloader scene, you'll see at the very top there, the top layer says setup, and you can see the this alpha symbol on the first keyframe means that there's some script in there. I'm going to click in there. I'm going to press the Actions panel. Let's just open up the Actions panel again. The next thing is site name, so I've got it here as Viral Flash Games because that's the name of my site, but you're going to want to change this to whatever your site name is. And then this game URL, this is what I was trying to explain before. So at the moment, my site, viralflashgames.com, has a folder called SWF for Swift or Flash files, Shockwave Flash. And in there is this game, and it's named Simon.swf. You'll see there that it's a capital S. In fact, you want to be careful. Some servers, it needs the name of a file needs to be exactly case specific. So if Simon starting with a capital S wouldn't necessarily be the same as Simon starting with a lowercase f. So you're going to change this to your domain, whatever your domain is, .com / the name of the folder. So for it, maybe we'll put it in a folder called games, and let's just call it Simon.swf. This .swf is our published game file, which we're going to come on to in a minute. So again, that's all we need to do. That's all the editing in the file done. And if I go Control and Test Movie, now let's imagine that someone is actually playing this game on your site, and they click on this get this game on your site for free button. They'll pull up this viral embed code. If they now copy this code and paste that into their own website or onto their own blog or their MySpace page, what they'll get is they'll get your game like this to show to their visitors, but with your logo and your link. So that's how the viral embed code works, and that's really how these games spread and can drive so much traffic through the internet. So that's as difficult as it gets. That's all we need to do to rebrand the game. Obviously, if you want to dive in and start changing colours and graphics and all those sort of things, you can go ahead with that as well. That will depend on your skill level in Flash. But the one thing we need to do now is we need to go File, and we need to save this. Now don't just click on the Save command. We want to click on Save As. Because these are AS2 games, we want to change this from Save As Type File CS3, change this to Flash 8 document. Now obviously, if you're working in a Flash 8, you won't need to do that. You can just click Save. But if you're working in a more modern version of Flash, change it to Flash 8. Choose the folder you want to save it to, give it a name, click Save, and we're all done. That will create a file called, in this instance, Simon_viral.fla. Now the FLA file is this editable source file we're working on now, but we need to actually create a published SWF file that we can pop on the website. So one last thing we need to do is go File, Publish. You'll see the screen bar go across, and there we go. If I was to now look in that same folder with the Simon_viral.fla file, there'll now be one called Simon_viral.swf, and all I need to do is upload that. Excuse me one moment, let's just go back to here so I can show you. Upload that to this location. Okay, so upload it to yourdomain.com / games. There's the Simon.swf. Embed it into your website, and you're good to go. That really is how easy it is to edit these games. Hope you have a lot of fun and a lot of success with them. Do drop me an email with any questions, comments and suggestions. I've been Billy, thanks very much.